everyone! This is Korath Landwalker, and it's the day before Thanksgiving. So what do I have to be thankful for? Well, I get to be thankful for being a Klingon warrior like Jadan here. Yes, it's another evening filled with Star Trek Online. And we are going to be following the adventures of the Klingon recruit Jadan, who has recently managed to get past the Romulan mystery and is probably ready to move on to bigger and more interesting things. So, without further ado, let's log it in. I'm presently on First City for reasons that I'm not entirely sure about. Why did I come to this city? Ooh, that's right. I came to the city because I'm over level 20, and I thought that perhaps I would take advantage of the fact that other characters of mine have managed to get some stuff on their various recruitment. This requires a little bit of explanation. In the past, there's been events, temporal recruits, gamma recruits, what was the other one? Klingon recruits was the latest one. The latest new one, I should say. And I had built Jadan as a Klingon recruit and saved him for, well, this run of streams. But thanks to the work done by other characters,
from Klingon temporal intelligence,
I want the goods. So we're going to grab a few things. I'm not going to grab a lot of stuff here because a lot of them involve marks that I'm not ready to use yet. And I'd hate to burn them off early. And that's what a lot of these are going to be. These will have reputation marks. That's for all the ranks for the Delta recruit. I don't seem to have an Admiral rank with a Delta recruit, which is strange because I should look into that somewhere along the line. Again, though, that's just reputation marks, so there's no real hurry. R&D levels, which will give a bunch of items, R&D stuff. I might as well plan ahead, right? So we'll grab both of the R&D equipment. Speaking of equipment, I get a paradox corrector, a ground device that I can use in place of, hyposprays and the like. It's handy because it can actually wake up downed allies, and supposedly can be used when you're defeated. That's not always 100% true. Sometimes it's still grayed out. Don't pretend to understand it, but you know what? Better to have it than not have it. The Starship version just buffs up the recharges for bridge officer abilities. Starship traits, which I may or may not use. This one will allow me to get myself immune for a couple seconds to damage if I use a hull heal. But I'm going to use I'm going to leave that alone and take the improved temporal insight, because why would I take the lesser when I can take the better? 4 seconds. Photonic engineering officer candidate. I don't know. Do I want to have another Klingon? Well, I do got room on the roster. It's just that right now engineering is pretty full up. We'll hold off on that. I can always come back later. Klingon War. This one, again, marks and some dilithium ore to go with it. And you'll find out for all the various story arcs completed, some of which I don't seem to have actually done over the years. I should actually go out of my way and do some of these somewhere along the line just to fill up the gray boxes. My temporal agent. Wow, there's a whole lot of stuff that isn't filled out here. I really should go back to some of these old characters. Again, rank rewards, reputation marks, R&D, again, stuff. So we'll grab them. Rapid support, which is a very handy one because this one reduces the recharge time for some high-level abilities, engineering fleet, tactical fleet, or science fleet, depending on your career. So it'll be tactical fleet for me. Anything that helps cool down is good. Even better, though, is critical systems. If every time you use your emergency power, you up your chance of doing more damage. Now, does that not sound like a Klingon trait to you? I think so. I think so. Again, Marx, dilithium. I'm really going to have to go through some of these and figure them out somewhere along the line. Gamma recruit. Not a whole lot in this one. Marx. More Marx. And that one I don't have because I haven't done a whole lot in the way of Qs. And finally, the Klingon recruit. And USAF denied today to send old men like Kirk into space. Well, that's their business. I'm not sure how much say the USAF actually has in that sort of thing these days, with a lot of the commercial folks more or less being involved. Lastly, special requisition, Bird of Prey Tier 6, which I'm going to leave alone. It doesn't hurt. I'm going to pick that up simply because of the fact that maybe it has a console that I can use. I don't know that it does, but it doesn't hurt to try. So let's unpack that. I may only have one bird of prey. I must already have a bird of prey. Well, that's embarrassing. Kirk was in space last month and he was happy. Yeah, I saw that news article. And he seemed like he did the job. He went up. He didn't have any problems. Honestly, as long as you can fulfill the physical requirements, I don't see any great problem with it. Of course, admittedly, it's nice to have money so you can, pay off the bill, so to speak. But, hey, not all of us can be famous TV actors / movie stars. I'm going to dump some of this stuff off at the bank before we continue because I have filled up a good chunk of my inventory here. And of course I went the wrong way. Naturally. Honestly, a good chunk of this stuff I can just sell too, but I don't want to take up too much time on that. I've got plenty of space in my bank, so I can just dump this stuff out and be ready to rock and roll. There's also a couple of administrative details to take care of here. As you might tell from the glowing green section up here, I have some duty officer assignments that are complete and awaiting my attention. It was free for Shatner. Well, again, fame has its privileges. Plus, let's face it, if there was anybody who was going to be going a civilian into space somewhere along the line, Shatner would have been on the list. Yeah, I'm going to definitely sell off a good chunk of this stuff, but I really need to do that offline because nobody wants to see me spending the entire stream just dumping off inventory, trying to maximize my profit. Ooh, don't want to do anything with that though. I'm going to use that. The only good tribble for a Klingon is the cannibal tribble. Got my own jet plane. Okay. Alright, I was also going to hold on to those mines, as I was thinking the tractor beam mines might be useful. So why don't we just hop over here. I was using a bioneural warhead, but I'm thinking that the tractor beam mines will be a little bit more interesting. The shields are also very superior to the shields I'm using now, and are, in fact, likely to stay superior for a very long time. Me-262 replica. I admit that I'm not really up on the various plane types, so I really don't have a clue on that. Not my strongest area. We're going to grab the engineering technology project. Somewhere along the line I'll get more duty officers who have the research lab scientist trait. Klingon. What, you just noticed? Yes, Zidane is a Klingon warrior. And he's all about, conquest, honor, rawr, battle. The good old Klingon traits. Your Romulan Federation. Well, my previous character that I'd been streaming, Admiral Tellel, was indeed a Romulan aligned character. Ooh, disaster, never good. Who was also aligned with Starfleet, so... And that worked out pretty well for her. Ooh, I've made the first trade commendation rank. So we're going to go to the store here, and with any luck, maybe I'll see a research officer in this list. No, that would be too easy. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to plan for the future and grab a security officer to beam down an additional security escort when I use security team. I don't have that ability yet, but I'm planning ahead. Continuing to collect. Oh, a development commendation. Now all these duty officer assignments are beginning to reap the benefits. Development. Come on, research, research, research. Yes! Research lab assistant. Perfect. Go into the R&D. Put her to work immediately. There will be no etc. next Picard season. I'm going to make another confession here. I haven't seen Picard. I also haven't... they basically haven't seen anything that's on the Paramount Plus network. I did see the first season of Discovery, but that was because they put it on the... They put the first season on CBS at the beginning of the year, I think they did. So I actually finally got around to seeing the first season of Discovery. I'm kind of hoping they do something similar for the second season come a few months from now. Knock on wood. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. We'll see how it shakes out. Blue quality bridge officers. We're not going to tell them to join right now. Ooh, I did get a recruitment commendation rank. So, once again, we dip into the duty officer listing. No. Photonic abilities? No. We'll go with a doctor. And that is our list of duty officer assignments. Anything on the map? Marauding is the priority. 7 will rule as queen. Federation is no more. Well, that's a bad place to be. Prisoners, Orion slavers. Do I have 3 prisoners? I do. Recently acquired on shore during my latest batch of duty officer assignments. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like... Oh, I hate it when that happens. It's like I bring up the current map, wait, then something happens. Ooh, a bunch of bridge officer applicants. Let's grab them. Never ignore the possibility for getting bridge officers. You never know when you might get one that'll suit your needs. We'll hold off on further bridge officer assignments at the moment. Last thing I want to do, I have no skill points to worry about. So we're ready to rock. Now Jadan flies my personal favorite Klingon starship. Come on, loading screen, work with me here. The Katinga class battle cruiser. Or at least that's the skin I've got on. Ooh, I got the visuals on. Let's turn those visuals off. The Salah is actually the legendary D7. I don't even want to tell you how long I'd been waiting for that thing to come into the game. And when it did, some months back, I had plenty of Zen to throw at it. It helps I don't spend a lot of Zen that I get for my lifetime sub. I've had that since day one, so it paid for itself a long time ago. So now, let's see what's on the list. The Romulans are done.
We have been contacted by Commander Sarish Minna of Deep Space Nine. She has requested your assistance with a delicate matter involving Cardassian and Bajor. Although Bajor is a Federation world, and we are technically at war, our ties with Bajor go back many years. Ambassador Worf even served on Deep Space Nine for a time.
Well, hopefully they won't shoot me.
Therefore, we have negotiated for your services with Starfleet as a special dispensation. Help the Commander, but never forget who you truly serve.
Haha. Oh, yes. Okay. We just get a tiny bit of experience and expertise, which is no surprise since this is basically a courier sort of mission. Go here, go there, done. And since we're not going to inflict the travel time on everybody, we are going to transwarp there right away. Feds gave you a kitty officer. Ah, picked up one of those Cadian bridge officers, did we? Now I need a cat toilet. Well, you know, if you want to go all the way on that, I'm pretty sure there's a C-store Cadian starship. Although, what folks like to refer to as the kitty carrier. I know, the old ones are best sometimes. Let's approach DS9. I am not ashamed to admit that DS9 is in my top 2 favorite Trek series. It wasn't always as pure as the Driven Snow, but it was often thought-provoking, especially as the seasons went on. The early season, couple seasons were, you know, shaky as most Star Trek series seem to be in their early years, but it really found its footing. While it would be amusing to beam onto DS9, or even directly to Ops, no cats! Hey, Federation's gonna Federation, what can you do? We're gonna dock at DS9 and, have a pleasant stay. How nice of them. We'll simply dock because it'll be more polite. Now, just because cats are, you know, evil and mean and do horrible things, that's mostly a stereotype. Mostly. Probably. Surely they wouldn't be in the Federation if they were evil, mean kitties. Probably. Now this is actually, I think, the 3rd iteration of Deep Space Nine. Want a dog. Well, for that you're probably going to have to go to the character creator and make an alien character, because I'm pretty sure there are no canine species that have shown up in Star Trek. Or at least not in Star Trek Online. I could be wrong, of course, because there's a lot of Star Trek. The original DS9 was pretty small. The second one, a bit bigger, but it still seemed to lack DS9-ishness, for lack of a better phrase. This iteration is so much better. Tailors, various brokers, got stairs up to the upper part of the promenade. Somewhere around here you'll find the clinic. Quark's place is actually in the station as opposed to being in its own instance. Kick that cat out ASAP. Hey, go right ahead. I've often said in this stream that my Klingon bridge officers are not safe. Sooner or later, one of them is going to annoy me enough, and it's going to be Klingon promotion time. So the next step is to chat with, hey, there's Ambassador Satas. Didn't I see him over at the Klingon homeworld? He gets around fast. But somewhere around here should be... No, that's Adina Charles. That's Sarah's Minna.
How can I help you?
Yeah, I got told to report to you. Hope there's a good reason for this, since, you know, I'm a Klingon and I'm surrounded by Federation people, and this is hostile territory for me. Oh man, I thought I turned that thing off.
And thank you for coming.
Let's take a quick second to hop over. I swore I turned the timer off on that. One of the things I do on Saturdays is stream Star Citizen, and they've been having an event lately. And I have a timer that kicks off there. Except I know I turned the stupid thing off, so Cloudbot is apparently not paying attention to what I'm telling it. Off. There we go. Sheesh. It's never easy. Let's see. Can I actually just delete the, No. Well, fine. Whatever. It's there. If you have an interest in that, go ahead and check that out. In the meantime, we're still doing Star Trek. Okay. While I was gone, occupation of Bajor, secret artifact stolen, a lot of their orbs were hidden, but now the Cardassian government has contacted them and said, hey, there's this group called the True Way who have a stolen orb of the prophets, and I'm going to guess she wants it back.
These orbs are precious to our people. They have been given to us by the prophets. They possess mysterious and unusual powers. Many of them grant visions to supplicants. We believe the True Way are operating out of a base in the Badlands. We would like you to travel to the Badlands and attempt to recover the orb on behalf of the Bajoran people.
Well, I've always heard that the Cardassians are decent opponents. I accept.
How can I help you?
So,
the True Way
the actual
has
mission.
stolen an orb that the Obsidian Order failed to return after the war. Although we don't know for certain where they have taken it, we have been getting dozens of reports of raiders hitting civilian ships near the Badlands. Starfleet intelligence believes that the raids are related to True Way activity in that region. We know that area is a haven for smugglers and criminals of all types. It stands to reason that the True Way are using it to avoid capture as well. They might even be using some of the Maquis bases that were abandoned before the Cardassian War. We believe the Badlands are therefore the most likely place for the True Way to be hiding the stolen orb. The Badlands are dangerous and filled with hostile ships. This should be a worthy challenge for the ship. Show the True Way why they should not be so quick to draw the ire of the Empire.
Well, I'll give her this. She knows how to talk to a Klingon. Okay, let's look at our usual rewards. The trifecta: experience points, expertise, and dilithium, and a choice of either shields or Tetrion weapons. Honestly, actually that's not a bad shield at all. It's just not as good as the shield I'm using now. Maybe I'll give it to one of my shuttlecraft. In any event, it's time to go to the Badlands. Now, the fun thing about the Badlands is, once upon a time, as in back in the premiere episode of Voyager, it was pretty explicitly said that big ships have a hard time navigating in there. But apparently those problems have been solved, because it doesn't matter what ship you take into the Badlands now, you never seem to have to worry about problems. Luckily, I'm pretty sure that the Katinga-class battlecruiser is probably comparable in size to the Intrepid-class starships of the Federation. The class that Voyager was. Again, we're just going to shortcut our way to the Badlands, because who wants to see me travel sector and sector and sector of space? Although, now that I'm thinking about it, this would be a good time to see if there's any special marauding assignments to grab here. Okay, that wasn't as good as I'd hoped. Just for giggles, let's see if the first officer has anything. Well, nothing that won't cost me a heap of... Oh, we do have something, though. Everything else costs 50,000 credits, and that would be a significant percentage of the amount of credits I actually have. Which is... 61k. Yeah. No. Not happening. So, the Badlands. A region of space known for intense plasma storms and gravitational anomalies. The plasma storms make starship navigation in the area extremely difficult, and most captains avoid the area. In the 2370s, the Maquis used the Badlands as a staging area and hiding place during their campaign against the Cardassian Union. Now the True Way is reviving those tactics in their fight against the Federation. Well, too bad, guys, because you got something nastier than the Federation coming through here. We've arrived in the Badlands, sir. Our intelligence indicates that this is an area of heavy True-Way activity. However, if the plasma storms and gravitational anomalies interfere with our sensors, we will need to search the Badlands for signs of True-Way occupation. I am receiving a distress call. Put it on screen.
To any ships in the vicinity, I am under attack by a group of Cardassian ships identifying themselves as the True Way. Please, render assistance immediately.
Set a course for the freighter. One of my Klingon recruitment advances relies on me taking out opponents from ambush position. That means going in cloaked and hitting them hard after I decloak, with the hopes of killing them quickly, and thusly giving me credit for any kills I can get. If I'm really, really lucky, I might even get one of those advancements today. I can agree. Take the items. Tech upgrade. Something I might be able to use somewhere along the line. Hail the freighter.
Thanks for the assistance. I knew I never should have cut through the Badlands, but it takes weeks off my journey.
Yeah, that was a smart move. What did you do to get their attention?
Well, I was just hauling my cargo through the Badlands, and I passed some strange anomaly. I took a scan of it on my way by, and then a bunch of Cardassian ships appeared out of nowhere. They ordered me to surrender in the name of Gul Kardec and the True Way.
And let me guess, your reaction was to run.
My freighter is obviously no match for them. I tried to get away, but they disabled my engines. They were just about to board me, I believe, when you arrived. If you're looking for the True Way, I would head for that anomaly.
Right, fix your engines and get out of here. I crave a more worthy opponent, and perhaps this Gul Kardec. Perhaps he will give me the entertainment I desire. And if not, well, he'll make a pretty explosion. Yeah, I can tell that this is in the anomaly because, you know, it's yellow, it's round, it's glowing. Of course it's the anomaly. Should be in range to scan it at any moment now. Any moment. There we go.
You have fallen into our trap.
Wow, battle cloak.
Never locate our base.
We're going to see in a moment just who has caught whom. While we're here, let's see if we can lure him into my mines over here. I really meant to... Oh, there we go. Perfect. Sitting duck time. Now, I really meant to stop over at the trainers at Kronos, now that I think about it, to get rid of this cannon ability and replace it with a mine ability. But this is what happens when you put things off for a week. You forget things. Okay, let's scan this again. Maybe we'll have better luck. This anomaly appears to be some kind of tear in the fabric of the space-time continuum. It appears dormant, but I believe it could be widened to become a portal. I am detecting traces of orb energy in the area. I believe I might be able to follow it. Hail Sarish. Let's tell her what we found.
Sarah's here.
Hi, we found a trail of orb energy. We're going to follow it. Want to come along?
Acknowledge. I will be along in the Defiant shortly.
That's right, folks. After 30-some years, the Defiant is still in service. When they called it a tough little ship, they weren't kidding. Let's do a scan. And apparently, there's a moon. While we're going here, let's just double check that I don't have anybody in my Canada officers who has the mine-laying ability. We do have one, but he's going to replace my Fire at Will, and I don't want to do that. And that's the only tactical officer I've got here. Oops, what's this? Let's cloak it up. Because again, the goal here is to get as many ambush kills as I possibly can. Come and get me. I have a feeling this guy's going to die before I have to worry about him getting near my tractor mines. That's okay. That's okay. I am perfectly willing to let the tractor mines be. And we'll try to get some more ambush kills here against unmoving targets. The bad news is it takes a number of seconds for the cloaking device to arm up again. There we go. Let's get closer. And decloak. And there was one more on the other side, as I recall correctly. Plenty of time to recloak. And there it is. And that takes care of all the sentries. Let's see what's in the moon. Scans indicate this is a true-way moon base. I have located an appropriate place to beam in. Are you ready to beam down? I am indeed, Kagan. And let's meet our away team. My tactical officer, Balera. Thrak, my doctor. That's right, the big mean Gorn is my doctor. Who'da thunk it? Science officer, Siege. And Valkrav, my engineer. Let's see what kind of mess we can make. We have transported inside the True Wave base. I am detecting orb energy coming from somewhere nearby. I am also detecting a number of Cardassian life signs. Oh darn, I guess we'll have to fight our way through. Now, you will have noticed that I am using primarily the Bat'leth of Stovokor. And that's because... well, let's just hop over here, because I haven't really looked at it. Ooh, I did get a level in my ambush kills here. Must have been recent. Sadly, oh, it'll give me a console. Okay, it may not have been recent. I'm kind of holding on to that for higher ranked consoles if I can. But more to the point, I am trying to get to 1,000 melee kills so that I can unlock the Bat'leth of Stovokor for all my characters. In fact, I'm pretty sure this also will give me the final form of the Bat'leth. Sounds like it'll be pretty cool, so... unfortunately, I will need to kill roughly 438 more people in melee. Now, I have thought of a way to accelerate this, but I'm not sure how practical it would be. You see, I get credit not just for what I do, but for what my bridge officers do. So you can make a case where I equip all of my bridge officers with various melee weapons, mostly bat'leths, and we just go in there killing everybody with melee weapons. The problem is, it might be pretty rough on the OA team. But it would certainly accelerate the speed of getting those melee kill credits. I'll have to think about it some more. I'm in no hurry, though. Okay, now this room is dangerous. If you do this the wrong way, you will find yourself being attacked by a whole bunch of people all at once, and that's pretty awful. I really meant to say everybody over here. And attack. Here, let me help. Oh, that's good. Throwing grenades in the midst of your own people. It's a good thing there's no friendly fire in this game, or otherwise, horrible things would happen. Of course, admittedly, those horrible things would probably happen to me. Okay, now I'm going to try to get aggro on these guys, one grouping at a time, and bring them up here where we can slice them to ribbons. Plus, I can swap back out to my handy bat'leth.
The orb is mine. You will never have it.
Yeah, tell me another one. You will never have it. That goes right up there with, you can't get away with this. Ah, there we are. That's right, guys. Come this way. Taste cold steel. That's right. Keep running. You'll just die tired. Okay, one group down. 4 to go. Let's get their attention. And bring them up here. In this way, hopefully, we can kind of reduce the number of groups that attack at once. Because if they have a whole bunch of groups attack at once, this will end in a very poor and disgusting way. Disgusting for me, that is. Oh, is there still a guy behind me? Well, I guess there was a guy behind me, but clearly not anymore. Okay, time to see if I can grab some of the folks in the middle. I don't have enough range. I'm glad that my bridge officers are loyal enough to, wait up there for me. Uh-oh, that ain't good. Okay, good. Those stasis beams are rough, but they're very fragile. You don't find a whole lot of way of effective mezzes in this game. Yeah, go ahead and shoot me, guys, but in a second, I'm going to be back in the shielded area. Up with the bat'leth. Another one of those things. Okay. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I think my people are too efficient. Maybe I should give them all melee weapons. We're going to reposition over to the other side now. Oh. Did we miss someone? Maybe not. We're going to reposition ourselves to the other side and start picking off the people over here. Oh, and look. We even have some contestants right off the bat. I wonder if using my target pet would count as melee kills. What's this? Someone managed to come all the way from the other side? Okay, one more group. And conveniently, they're right there. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a target, it's a jackal mastiff. Hey, little animal critters going to tear apart bad guys. These are the things that Klingons like. I think the mastiff just bit it here. Either that or he's gone crazy. Really? You guys have run away? You need more encouragement. A Klingon would never lose track of their targets. Oops, they already vaporized someone. Sir, my scans indicate that Gul Kardec has sealed himself in his office. But I believe we can override the lockout at the Security console on that podium. Okay, everybody, you can follow me again. Interesting ship design, this. Looks like an escape shuttle. You know, they should put that in the game as a Cardassian shuttle. I mean, they've got Cardassian warships, why not a shuttle? Of course, they probably have already got it, it's probably a lockbox. I'm so cynical. Alright, we've unlocked the office, so now it's time to get ready to do some more damage. The problem is, it's a small office. I think I'd prefer to have the enemy come to me. So we're going to pop my bridge officers here, and I'm going to say hello to Gul Kardec.
Greetings. I am Gul Kardec. This orb is the property of the Cardassian government. The true Cardassian government. The true way.
Oh,
And
he's
you
definitely
can't
got
have it.
villain monologue
Guards!
written all over him, doesn't he?
Fools, you will never defeat me.
Yeah, try harder. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's using an ability that's going to be is real annoying to deal with. See more of it in a second here. Yeah, see that over here? That is a light hollow projector which makes copies of the bad guy. Or at least it used to. Yeah, here we go. It was just on a slow ebb. There we go. Actually, it doesn't seem to have made copies of him anymore. I wonder if they nerfed it. Oh, there's Kardec. He came out the other side. Oh, you coward. I used to take... The holo projectors used to make copies of the person who put it down, so this was a really rough fight. It would be copies of Gul Kardec, and it was nasty. But I guess they nerfed him pretty horribly somewhere along the line when I wasn't looking. He seems to have abandoned the field, so it's time to check out the toys here. Let's see, lower the force field. That will allow us to grab the orb in this little container over here. Download data.
Dear Kardec, you can imagine my surprise to receive a message from you. I must commend you on the clever way you opened a pathway to our universe.
What is that Bajoran battling
Shall
about?
make good use of it, and you have our gratitude. If we can ever return the favor, let me know. Regarding that other matter you speak of, while we certainly share your detest for the Federation and are willing to assist you in opposing them in theory, there are certain territorial issues we will have to iron out before we feel comfortable committing military forces. Perhaps we can arrange a meeting in the usual place.
Okay, well, let's download this. It could be useful later. In the meantime, let's get the orb back to the Salah. And then from there, we can take it to DS9 and no more problems. In fact, we ought to just be able to cloak ourselves and leave. We've retrieved the orb of possibilities, sir. Are you ready to beam up? Yes. Yes, I am. Sir, incoming hail from Commander Sarish. Put her on screen.
We are approaching the Badlands. What is your status?
Yeah, we've got the orb. Gold Kardec got away, but you know, no. I guess we're gonna have to track him down. Darn.
I will be along in the Defiant momentarily. And may the Prophet smile upon you.
Sure, sure.
Looks like I arrived just in time.
So you have. And ho, the enemy has reinforcements. Cloak it up. And get ready to rumble! Yeah, hey, those tractor beam mines are going to be really effective once I start getting those mine abilities to use. I'm really irritated myself. Oh, I wonder if I could do that while I'm at DS9. I think they've got Bridge Officer Trainer there. I just don't know if he'll train Klingons. Something to look into. Sir, I'm detecting a plasma wake leading away from here. I believe it belongs to Gul Kardec's ship. I believe I can modify our deflector dish to emit an ionizing radiation which should interact with the plasma wake, illuminating it. The illumination effect won't last very long, though. We will have to hurry. As another captain might say, make it so. And here it is. It's leading that away towards a suspiciously similar looking anomaly. Cloak it up. Happy early overeating day. Lurking. Hey, legend. Hope things are going well on your end there. Lurk away. Lurk away. We are presently in the Badlands, killing Cardassians because, hey, why not? Cardassians are so killable. And there's one right now. Oops. The Defiant looks like it wants to get into the action. I can't let them kill steal. The Gaylord should go down pretty quickly. One of these days I'll have to rewatch DS9 and figure out the correct pronunciation. I'm not 100% sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oh, he didn't last long, but unfortunately... Oh, wait! Oh, the coward! He's running! Coward! Well, you know, he's not a Klingon, so you can't expect much out of him. Scans indicate that this anomaly has opened into a portal leading to the so-called mirror universe, a parallel dimension adjacent to ours. Hold on. Sensors detect ships emerging from the portal. Shields up!
Mirror universe ships.
Okay, we might actually have to fight here. Then again, maybe not. Time to start using a bunch of my bridge officer abilities just because I can. Probably should use my intel abilities more often too, but My opponents keep exploding first.
Sensors detect more ships coming through.
Excellent. I was worried that this would be too easy. Ah, satisfaction.
Congratulations on retrieving the orb. You must return it to the temple on Bajor. I will notify the vetters that you are on your way.
Very well. I am indeed ready to leave the system. Do so now. So, Cardassians, Mirror Universe. Clearly, things have gotten interesting. Let's take care of those duty officer assignment. Well, failure figures. Try to get contraband and what happens. Sometimes my crew needs to be smacked around silly. Okay, Commander Saris.
Congratulations on your recovery of the orb from Gul Kardec. We request that you return the orb to the temple in Hathon on Bajor.
Hathon or
I'm
Hathor?
afraid
Because,
that
you
we
know,
have not seen the last of
we
Gul
seem to have a
Kardec.
contradiction here in the text
But
and
for
the
now,
voice.
the people of Bajor will be elated at the return of an orb we thought lost forever. Good work.
So, I really don't have any great desire for any of these particular rewards, so I want to go with the one that will give me the most credits when I sell it
How
off.
can I help?
Congratulations, Captain.
Oh, and what luck! We're being hailed by Chancellor Jimpock. It's promotion time!
Congratulations! You have proven yourself to be a strong warrior and invaluable to the Klingon Empire. Report to the shipyard orbiting Kronos. I would like to formally recognize your contributions to the Empire.
That sounds great. Let's go there now. Mainly because it'll put me back on Kronos, which will allow me to deal with that bridge officer training that I meant to do the last time I was here. And best of all, I transwarp over here, so easy peasy. All I gotta do is figure out where the heck the barracks went. Oh, that's right, the barracks are over here. I'm so rarely in the... Actually, no, that's not it. Ah! Well, maybe it is. What can I say? I so rarely go in this... No, this isn't it. Ah! And it's not the Great Hall, so it's got to be the straight ahead. They just don't have a sign outside the door anymore. Okay, let's see. Create fleet? No. I'm pretty sure this guy is not who I need, but let's double check anyway. No, he's a bridge officer guy for some special things that I don't have access to. I think this is the guy I want. Train bridge officers. That is exactly what I want. Let's just double check who I need to train. I'm training Kagan, at least until I decide to replace him. Yeah, Kagan right now has a better set of abilities because Valera has the tactical team, and she does just fine where she is. Her other abilities are all cannon related, and I'm not using any cannons. Maybe another time. Training manuals. So what we're going to do is we're going to look up the space tactical. We're going to look for mind dispersal patterns. Alpha or beta, alpha or beta. We'll go with the beta. I honestly don't know the difference. One of these days I should look it up. It just isn't a great priority. Default space abilities. Get that cannon volley and replace it with Oops, I've forgotten one other tiny detail. I need to train him up. Time to promote him. Why not? That's what all the expertise is for. And now he knows dispersal pattern beta. You know what? While I'm here, let's do some more promotions. Valera is going to be my first officer for now, so you get to be Lieutenant Commander. Siege, you get promoted to Lieutenant. Thrak, promoted to Lieutenant. You know what? Actually, I might be able to promote her Commander. Valera is Commander. Thrak gets to be Lieutenant Commander. Everybody else just goes up to Lieutenant. This allows, the rank basically allows them to be trained in abilities that they don't come with. Nah, Kagan's kind of been annoying. He gets to stay where he's at. Under the stations here, I need to go over here to Kagan, and I need to replace the ability here. I could reload the default too, but you know, it's simple to do that. I only have one ability to worry about. Okay, I've gotten what I wanted out of here. Let's run back out, head to the transporter room, and claim my new ship, which I'm going to completely ignore because my current ship is better. That's right. My Klingon D7 is far superior to whatever puny thing they're going to offer me here, now that I am an official captain. In fact, let's make it official. Go to Jadan, edit the record. I'm currently Empire veteran, but now I'm going to take the command, the title of captain. Kapla! Beam me up to the shipyard. In a moment, we can get down here to the ship selection guy, the vendor. Now, if I needed, and I'll take a moment to rant again, it still bugs me a lot how basically everyone can have every faction ship at this point. Klingon can have Starfleet ships, Starfleet can have a Klingon ship. It seems wrong to me. Sorry, it's just the way I feel. I was not consulted, as usual. But I would rather gnaw off my legs than pick a Starfleet vessel for my free ship. I would rather pick my teeth with a mechlith. I'd rather have my legs gnawed off by targs. A Vorkshire cruiser, on the other hand, is a worthy choice. It's the closest thing you've got in the next generation era to a Katinga battlecruiser. It's close, but it just still doesn't have that right feel, which is why we're sticking with my legendary D7. Plus, you know, my legendary D7 is a tier 6, which reminds me, since I got promoted, yes, I have a new weapon slot open. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a new disruptor beam. And it'll be a Mark V, even though I can use better at this point, but I'm going to kind of even things out. Let's see. I have a weapon power setting of 4 versus a weapon power setting of 3.5. Let's swap that baby out. I have a superior dish, but you know what? I don't think it really improves what I want, so I'm not replacing it. And I think that's pretty much it. I've got room for another science console, but I don't really have any science consoles that call to me. Last step, skills. I did rank up. Oh, actually, it's the second to last step. Skills. I now have captain abilities, so obviously I'm going to go with tactical abilities because I'm going really hardcore on the captain skills. Once I max out all the stuff here, then I can start filling out the rest. Maybe. In ground, I'm going to take the last of the weapon skills, and I'll choose to use Fatal Fists for melee, because attacking in melee inflicts a debuff of minus 20 damage resistance rating. And, well, since I'm doing so much melee with this character, let's go for it. Now for the last step. I get a new trait. And gee, didn't I just pick up some special traits from my various temporal and delta and gamma recruitment stuff? Unfortunately, I don't recall exactly which ones they were. This is what happens when you become old, you become forgetful. Maybe it's the ground trait that happened. Okay. I'm not sure what's missing here. It's none of those. It's not a starship trait. Well, you know what? We'll just have to deal. Accuracy for ship weapons, because, you know, hitting is everything. For the ground, Strike Team Specialist is an appealing one. It's the one that allows me to increase my critical chance. So we'll go with that. Alright, let's continue the adventure.
You have recovered the Orb of Possibilities from Gul Kardec. No doubt, you are being pursued by True Wave forces.
Not really.
You must return the orb to the temple in Hathor.
Okay, so it was
I
a
have notified
typo
Venom
in the
Prince.
previous
He is
remark
waiting
about
for you in the
Hatha and Hathor. Okay, rewards. Our usual trifecta: experience points, expertise, and dilithium ore. And a choice of armor or a shield. Decisions.
How can I help you?
Luckily, I don't have to make that decision yet. While we're here, check for duty officer assignments. Still no joy here. Figures. So we are going to return to the Bajor system, and unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to transport me there, which is really annoying. We might have to do this one the hard way. Yeah, still no transwarp. Well, you know, this does not have to be a bad thing. I may not be able to transwarp there, but that just means I can check out duty officer assignments as I go. Unfortunately, the marauding assignments aren't exactly coming fast and furious, are they? Grab a couple of these personal assignments. I'm not ready to start executing my duty officers. I'm sure I'll get to that point somewhere along the line, but it hasn't happened yet. Science. How far are we from the oh, that hurts. Do I have anything that'll give me? No. Oh, that hurts. Okay, I'm gonna be going. I thought I was a little bit closer to the border than that, but no. No siree, this is going to be a little longer of a trip. I knew I should have held off on taking that trip for the promotion. But you don't ignore a call from the Chancellor to drop in and say hello. You say, "Yes, Chancellor, I am here." And maybe, just maybe, he won't find an excuse to disaccommodate your entire line. seeing some weird things going on with these duty officer assignments. There we go. I'm kind of filling out the entire duty officer assignment list here. The way I see it, might as well. It doesn't look like I'm going to be seeing a whole lot in the way of new marauding assignments, so I'm just going to have to take what I can get, and some of them are likely to wrap up before the end of the night anyway, so we'll see how that goes. Anything else I can do with the character? Got level 6 normal armor here. So we'll give that to... no. For a minute there I was thinking about giving it to Chagrin, but no. What I'll do is I'll take Siege's armor and replace it and give Chagrin the old garbage. Oh, right. I also have the new temporal toys. So let's put on the Paradox Corrector. And I... don't know. Oh, let's move these guys to my candidate roster. I can decide what to do with them at some future point. We'll get rid of the auxiliary batteries and put in the bridge officer speeder upper. Yes, that's the technical term. Speeder upper. I think I can move this into the 2D. Yeah. Upgrade. The funny thing about the upgrade things is that you can get them in your loot area, but you can put them in your R&D inventory, which is usually going to have a lot more slots to work with. Don't ignore extra slots. It's far too handy. Disruptors. Blair will get a new disruptor. Siege. Give her a phaser. I know phasers are Federation sorts of weapons, but she could use it. And I think that's pretty much all the weapons to worry about. Shielding looks like it's going to be a weak point. Somewhere along the line, I'm going to have to do some serious work on getting better equipment for my bridge officers. But they're still in their tryout period, and not all of them are going to survive. Eventually, I'm going to say, nah, let's kill them off. Okay, Risa system. So we're almost to the Alpha Quadrant and ready to see a whole new set of duty officer assignments. Hopefully. Hopefully. Man, I love the classic Klingon battlecruiser. That will never change. I mean, the thing just reeks of menace. Nothing here. Okay, we continue. Bajor system. Maximum warp. Which is technically warp 6.67. 6.67. For heaven's sake, is that the best I've got? Why, yes it is. I'm using a Lieutenant Commander Warp Core. Okay, that's a problem. Oh, look, I have a duty officer assignment that just wrapped up. Unfortunately, I don't have any schools here that is up to level 4, so I can't put anything else there. Warp Core. If I were to grab a Mark 7 Warp Core, I think a captain uses Mark 7s. What would I need? More stuff. Oh, that's handy. I never even noticed that before. You can, if you click on something that you don't have, it'll take you to where you can make what you don't have. If it's something that can be, you know, constructed like that. Oh, that is not... It only took me God knows how many years to discover this. I should also probably somewhere along the line see what the hell the difference is between these various warp cores, because clearly they all do something in addition to just being warp cores. I will have to research. Just not now. Man, still not seeing any decent duty officer missions coming up here. I mean, you'd think the Alpha Quadrant has a bunch of nothing here. I mean, technically I do have assignments, it's just that none of my people can do any of them. Well, we do have some personal ones here, though. So we'll fill those out. Good enough for me. No more worries about duty officer assignments. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely look into see what I need to do to actually build that warp core. Or alternatively, maybe I can do an upgrade. That's warp engines, that's impulse engines. Unequip, salvage item, upgrade item. But okay, well, this will allow me to do it. It'll cost me dilithium, but I've got the dilithium. Let's do it. Upgrade item. Didn't I already just do that? And claim the item. Unfortunately, no more tech upgrades, and I'm not all the way there to the next one, so that's as far as we go. But at the very least, I can now move marginally faster than I was. Now, why am I at Deep Space Nine? I said go to Bajor. Navigator, report for execution. Bajor has always been intimately tied with the story of Deep Space Nine, and while they were not a member of the Federation throughout the entire series, they apparently finally got in after the series. And it's about time, too. But DS9 is still very much a free port. I mean, they allowed Klingons on board. We've arrived at the Bajor system, sir. We are, sir, detecting Cardassian warp signatures. It's the true way. They are hailing us. Put them on screen.
I am Golmutak of the Kriegar, Adjutant General to Gol Kardec. You are carrying stolen property belonging to the true way. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Yes, well, first, I want to say that my eye patch is cooler than yours. Just saying. Secondly, are you nuts? You're in the middle of enemy territory. How stupid have you got to be to come here all by yourself? He has cut off communications and is powering up weapons. What are your orders, sir? Tell DS9 that we have some gnats to swat. These glob flies that need to be swatted. Yes, there we go.
Sarah's here.
Yeah, guess what? You've got Cardassians in Bajor.
In the orbit of Bajor. But how could they? Nerve of the... Sorry, I'm okay. I will borrow the Defiant and be there momentarily.
Did I mention that the Bajoran history with Cardassians is decidedly unfriendly? The Cardassians occupied Bajor for decades, apparently. Just prior to DS9, they finally got effectively kicked out by a combination of Bajoran resistance fighters and the fact that the Federation started leaning on them. Hold out as long as we can? I don't think so. We will be better. Cloak up! Get ready to teach these sons of Targs what it is to fight Klingon warriors. And we're going to try out the mind dispersals too. Fire at will! Well, they certainly tried shooting up those mines, but ooh, something just exploded. You know what? It occurs to me that yeah, I did recall seeing something about the developers at Cryptic improving starship explosions. I have to admit, they are definitely cooler to look at.
Good. You're still in one piece. Let's teach these Cardis a lesson.
I approve completely. Let's do it. Forget this stupid dialogue option about not getting carried away. No! Get carried away! This is the way a Klingon fights. Don't get carried away, please. Cloak up. Arm up. Get closer. And unleash the dogs of war. Yes, yes. Oops, no. Taking hull damage. Oh, photonic copies. That's one of the little tricks that Keldon-class cruisers can pull off. Pretty nasty. But if you can survive it, it's all good. And that takes care of the new science console. I was just thinking about science consoles. Ow. I might have gotten scratched a little bit. Severe flesh wound.
That's the last of them for now. I will remain in orbit while you return the orb, just in case.
Excellent. But first, before I do that, let's take a look at that science console I picked up here. Perception. Find cloaked ships. I don't know. Oh, what's this? I still have an old one for ship shield restoration. Oh, even though it is a lesser copy than the other one I was using, it's still more useful to me than better perception. I mean, come on now. Better perception? Seriously? Are you ready to beam down, sir? Yes, I am. However, the bad news is the folks at Hathen take it personally if, Klingons come in with their full crew, so I'm down here all by myself. Vedek Kryn indicates she is waiting for you at the temple. Now, the city of Hathen was actually not built for this mission. It was actually built for a series of missions that are no longer part of the main arc of Star Trek Online. I will rant about that in a future stream. Of course, if you've been following me long enough, you've probably already heard that rant, but you'll get a chance to hear it again if you have. If not, all things in their proper time. We are at least 20 more levels before I can suitably mess with that sort of thing.
Greetings. Do you seek the wisdom of the prophets?
No, I'm looking for Vedic Kryn.
Vedic Kryn is in the temple office, just to the east of here.
Good. Really, looking for wisdom. Badorians are very religious, and they are very much involved with the prophets, which they revere as gods.
How may I help you?
Yeah, I've got this orb. You want it?
Wonderful. The prophet has smiled upon us this day. What was lost has been returned to us. You have done a great service for the Bajoran people today, and we are most grateful.
Yeah. Where do you want it?
Please, place the orb upon the altar.
This place reeks so much serenity, it drives me nuts. I can't see how a Klingon would be comfortable being around all these serene people. I have returned the Orb of Possibilities, and whoa, what's this?
The service rendered is not the service desired. What does not belong cannot be returned.
What do you mean? What? Where? Who?
What has been returned does not belong. We must travel backward.
When we gaze in the mirror, we see our faces as others do, but reversed.
Your task abides. You have recovered an orb. Now you must return it.
As you must return.
That's what a Klingon warrior needs. A religious experience. Or, more accurately, a vision from the prophets of the Celestial Temple, otherwise known as the Bajoran Wormhole. Yeah, Vedic, something weird just happened to me.
I would be honored to know what the prophets shared with you, if you are willing. Sometimes their visions can be very confusing, and I have some experience interpreting them.
Yeah, the short version is, they don't want it. They say it's not theirs.
Elsewhere? But it is an orb of the prophets. Where else could it belong? Unless... Are you familiar with the so-called mirror universe?
I've recently become familiar,
about it
yes.
myself, but there is a book on that table over there by a Vedic Eve describing his experiences. Perhaps it can guide you.
What? You want me to read a book? Let's do some reading. I've been fascinated by the existence of this so-called mirror universe ever since our recent contact with it. I have interviewed the emissary, Colonel Kira, and others about their experience with the mirror universe. But many questions remain. It seems the mirror universe has prophets, but are they the same prophets? There is no mention of a celestial temple, and certainly the mirror Benjamin Sisko was no emissary. I shall petition the Vedic Assembly for permission to enter the mirror universe. The Vedic Assembly has denied my request. Besides the debates about doctrine and theology, the deciding factor was political. The Federation has quarantined any access to the mirror universe, and Bajor is seeking membership. I have continued my research by interviews, but my questions remain unanswered. I fear I have no choice but to renounce my seat in the Assembly and pursue entrance to the mirror universe on my own. I don't have the technological prowess to create one of these multi-dimensional devices myself, but I have an engineering friend that owes me a favor. I am lucky to be alive. I managed to cross over to the mirror universe, but Terok Nor, as they call Deep Space Nine, has been taken over by the Terran Rebellion. They are using it as a base of power, attempting to assert their control over the Bajor sector. Bajorans are not trusted, and are used mostly for mining and ore processing, a cruel irony given Bajor's history in both universes. But I was able to join with the Bajoran workers, and get some of my questions answered. The Bajorans of the mirror universe are much like us, and it sounds as if their prophets are also most similar. They even have orbs, such as we have here. However, To them, the Celestial Temple is myth or metaphor, not a physical place such as ours. I do not know if this is because it simply hasn't been discovered, or if the prophets of that universe have sealed themselves away for some reason. The only way to find out is to either cross over with a spaceship, or to somehow procure one there. I've received a curious message from somebody from the Mirror Universe offering me assistance. Note: shortly after making this entry, Vedic Eth disappeared and was never heard from again.
Sarah's here.
Yeah, bad news. The orb we got, we think it's Mirror Universe orbs.
Acknowledged. Be careful. The Mirror Universe is known to be more treacherous than our universe. And you will be cut off from any support here.
That's just the way I like it. Are you ready to beam up, sir? Yes, beam me up and set course for the Badlands. And we'll take the shortcut to the Badlands thanks to the magic of cutscenes.
Sarah's here. What is your status?
We have entered the Badlands and are headed to the anomaly.
Acknowledged. Keep comm lines open as long as possible. We have
We can
limited
do that.
intelligence on the Mirror Universe, but from what we know, it appears the Terran Rebellion spread from Terok North, eventually forming a new empire.
Empire,
The
I
Terran
approve.
Empire has reoccupied Bajor. I believe this Captain Vita is the administrator of the Bajor sector.
Okay, cool.
I am Gul Haneri of the Torn, Chief Tactical Advisor to Gul Kardec of the True Way. You are not welcome here. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Oh, that is so not happening. If you think you can take me, by all means, give it your best shot.
I
However,
believe Gul Kardec
I need to warn you,
or the Mirror Universe
it won't end well for you.
somehow create the anomaly back. He then must deploy the light of the Terran Empire. Stay on your guard.
Thank you, Sarish, for mentioning the obvious. Yes, they're expecting me. They're shooting me even now. But that's okay, because I'm shooting them back. And the essential difference here is, unlike them, I'm winning. Kapla! Sir, I believe we can activate the portal by bombarding it with tachyon radiation. Make the modifications to the deflector dish and hit it. And into the portal we go. Into the Mirror Universe, and whoa. Apparently we have a color palette change too.
Captain Vita of the Terran Empire. What a pleasure it is to have visitors from your universe. When Gul Kardec said you might be along, I didn't really believe him. But I couldn't afford to take the chance. Surrender. Now. And I will guarantee the safety of your crew.
You must be confusing us with Starfleet. We don't surrender.
What a pity. We could have had so much fun together. And now, I have to destroy you.
Yeah, go for it. The life expectancy of those who oppose me tends to be appallingly short. Who's next? Couple escorts.
Fun. I was really growing rather bored before you showed up.
don't get used to the feeling. We'll take care of the boredom very quickly. Not having very much luck using my intelligence abilities. I can never really remember what they do at any given time, so it's always more of a hassle. Let's get the shields a little bit buffed.
They've grown rather complacent.
Another disruptor beam weapon. Upgrades. So, ISS Fortuna, huh? Nothing, we'll do nothing less than the best for you then.
Ghoul Cardassian warned me not to underestimate you. I won't leave the same state this time.
So you run like a coward. I should have suspected that whatever you laughingly refer to as an empire here is woefully inadequate. Sir, we are clear to warp to Bajor. Do it. And apparently, our cutscene is going to take us all the way to Bajor and beam us down right away. Ah! Okay. Slow loading area. We've arrived on Bajor in the Mirror Universe. From what I have been able to pick up on comm chatter, Bajor was reconquered by the Terran Empire and is occupied by them again. We should be on our guard. And, well, unsurprisingly, the Mirror Universe has taken the spiritual city of Hathon and made it, well, let's just say, the City of Sin. Think tackier versions of Vegas. Ooh, and look, Cardassians. Cardassians. Kardec is around here. This will be a genuine pleasure. Sir, those appear to be true-way soldiers. Could they have followed us through the portal? No, I'm pretty sure they were with Kardec and they were waiting for us. It's a far more rational explanation. Oh, look who it is. It's Captain Lita.
Ghoul Cardassian was right. You are formidable, but pitifully predictable.
Terran forces attack the invaders! I want them alive.
You're in for a horrible surprise because you will be trying to take us alive, and we don't really care if we take you alive. For you, it is a good day to die. Ooh, nice hit, Valera. And that was probably a melee kill too, so awesome. Oh, don't run, Lita. We're hardly through yet. Oh, that's right. Hide behind a force field. Well, fine. I got battleth enough for all. Oh, don't... Ah! Well, I wonder if killing the turret will give me credit. Ow.
We will meet again. Soon.
It's easy to see that the commanders of the Terran Empire are all lily-livered cowards. And hey, is that our good buddy Ghoul Cardassian? It is.
You have interfered with my plans for the last time.
I'm not afraid to use the heavy artillery on this guy right off the bat because, well, he's clearly a formidable opponent. He's got the 4 bars here, which puts him as the top line kind of bad guy. In fact, let's get my Mastiff out and have the Mastiff help. He's a tough one, that's for sure. However, he's taking plenty of damage, and I don't think he's going to stand up for much longer. My one regret is that it's going to be dubious that I'll be able to get the melee kill on him. Oh, is that a supply box? Man, I'm not used to seeing those from my bridge officers.
Stop! Fighting is not permitted here.
Oh, there really is a temple here. Uh-oh.
This is not your affair.
Okay, this just got ugly. He's not a Cardassian. He's a founder. And that makes this fight a lot more interesting, because founders are shapeshifters. Liquid, dangerous. They were the leaders of the Dominion, and they are more than formidable. Or, to think of it another way, at last, a fight worth having. Today will be a good day to die. But now that I know who you are, and what you are, that gives me the advantage. Oh, he's gone liquid, and oh, he's definitely gone gooey liquid. The things I do to try to get melee kills. And from the looks of it, my health is not exactly great. Let's slap the hypo spray there. Ow. Okay, you know what? I'm willing to make an exception. Oh, nuts. Thrax down. He's the medic. We kind of need him on his feet. Ah! We subdued him. Now, fun fact. You can turn in the captured changeling for a duty officer assignment and get a heap of dilithium for it. Okay, where's the Vedic who got strangled by the guy right off the bat? Oh, over here. We have gone kind of far afield. Vedic?
Thank you. I feel much better. But a changeling? Here, we only have stories. In any event, what was the purpose for your visit?
I've got an orb that belongs to you people.
The Orb of Possibilities? But that was lost decades ago, during the first occupation of Bajor. However did you come by it?
Long story.
Never mind. The prophets teach us not to look at their workings too closely. Don't just stand there. Place it on the altar.
I'm feeling a sense of deja vu. No, I'm not talking to the priest. Oh, I'm supposed to talk. Instead of I'm hesitating to actually look at it because I apparently have to read something else first. Retrieve the pad of Gul Kardec.
I have run into some complications. Namely, some agents have interfered with my plans.
taken shelter with my Terran allies. However, I believe they are waiting for my return. Therefore, I need you to meet with Dumatsu Khan at the facility in the Devos system in my stead.
Devos system.
Are attached.
Oh, how handy. That would be useful. Now we place the orb onto the altar. Without delay, my foot. I have returned the orb of possibilities. Again. Oh, good. Another vision.
We are most grateful. We had thought the orb lost forever. You have restored the balance.
Your enemies lie in wait. They want
Shock.
to prevent your return.
Let them try.
But we shall restore the balance as you did.
Hey, that was Franklin Drake.
Now you must return.
Man, I hate these visions. Good Klingon shouldn't have to deal with this sort of thing. Sir, what just happened? You opened the orb case and suddenly everything went white and we appear on the Salon orbit of Bajor. And we appear to be back in our own universe. Yeah. I guess it's the Mirror Prophets doing their thing. Let me talk to Kryn and see if she can confirm anything. If nothing else, she ought to be amused by the whole story.
Greetings. I did not see you enter the temple.
Yeah, the Mirror Prophets, I think, stuck me back here.
Indeed. I know little of the Mirror Prophets, but if they are like ours, then this is a great honor. Rarely do the Prophets interfere so directly. I take it your mission was a success?
Of course.
Then you have the gratitude of 2 Bajors. May the Prophets continue to smile upon you.
I'd be just as happy if they ignore me, but thanks anyway. Alright. Let's beam up to the ship. This place is far too tranquil for my liking. The other Hathan wasn't all that much better either, but you know, still.
So, Gul Kardec was a changeling. This does not bode well. An alliance between the True Way and the Alpha Dominion could prove disastrous for the Alpha and Beta quadrants. However, the orb has been returned to the Mirror Universe, and you have returned to ours. Nevertheless, we must stop this alliance before they can do any further damage. We shall analyze the pad you retrieved to see if we find this Ketracel White factory.
So we get our choice of rewards. Armor or shield, armor or shield. I'm using a tier 4. This will take me to a tier 8. Gosh, decisions. Let's get the shield.
Congratulations, Captain.
And look, I got a level. Everybody else is using tier 4 or better, except for the guys who more or less got booted from everything. So I also have gained a level, so let's take care of the leveling. 1 space point, big shock, we continue the shield penetration. And I can either go with more accuracy or more defense. We're going to go with defense. I think with the accuracy trait slotted, I'm probably doing about as well as I could ask for shooting people. Bridge officer assignments. Sorry, duty officer assignments. 2 successes and a failure. Could be worse. Take one of those assignments. Anything I can grab here? Oh, there was one. Blackmail the local governor. Well, it's not marauding, but I'll take it. And I have some new duty officers available. So let's open up that pack. And, oh, all green quality. That's sweet. Unfortunately, they're also all civilians. Boo! Hiss! They can't all be winners. Ooh, what's this? Somewhere along the line, I got a food item called Heart of Tar. Oh, that's good. I gotta remember to keep that one. And that is going to do it for this evening. It's a little earlier than usual, but hey, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Travel's going to happen. I need to be up and out early if I want to be ahead of the crazy, crazy traffic. But you can be sure that next week, next Wednesday, I will return to find out what the Dominion is doing with the True Way. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on next Wednesday to approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And just in case you were wondering, I will return to stream Star Citizen this Saturday. It's MISC Day for the Expo. That'll happen at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I will probably also have comments on something that is likely to be that's going to be announced earlier in the day. And it also involves MISC. So thank you all for watching, whether you're watching this live or you're catching it video on demand, either here or on YouTube. I'm always glad to have folks stop by, say hello, and I hope to see you next time. This is Korath Landwalker, signing off.